Alright guys, welcome back to more Yggdra Union. We're on Battlefield 4, East Orlando. And the goal of this map is going to be to take control of some enemy supply bases. There's going to be 3 altogether, so this map is also 3 parts. But I just want to go over the items we got in the last map. I actually missed one item. It's called the Trap. But it's not a major item. It's basically just if you're going for like item completion and getting everything. It basically you'll trade it later for something else. But it's definitely not something game breaking. And to be honest, that Battlefield 3 went so unusually well that I don't really feel like going back and redoing it just to get that item. So we're just gonna roll with it. But the items we did pick up are Flamberg. It's gonna be a good item later. Plus 4 small stars. And it enhances the fire element. The fur coat is going to be extremely useful. We're going to be going up against some ice users soon, so Durant will be equipping that. Okay, so this next item we have here is the Kokiri Nut, and it basically gives a free stat up to luck. And the stat up is permanent for the rest of the game. It'll basically give you, if I use it on Yggdra now, it will boost her up to 2 big stars. For the rest of the game. You want to make sure that you use this though at the right time. You definitely don't want, I definitely wouldn't use it now because Yggdra still has kind of a ways to go with luck, but 4 small stars this early in the game is definitely feasible, especially with MVP bonuses. So if anything, I would probably wait until she gets the 2 big stars first, and then has like a whole blank row of little stars, and then I can just bypass all of that with this item. And then finally we have the Ruby Staff. You already know, enhances fire element. It also gives some good stats, and it lasts for a long time. It lasts for 5 maps. That can either be good or bad, depending on what you want to do. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna select Durant. We're gonna pick our cards. It's the first time we're gonna actually have to start choosing cards. I'm gonna go with these. Yes. Alright. So let's get to work. First things first, I'm gonna move Durant over here, and I'm gonna move Milanor over here. And I'm going to go on the offensive. If I can take half or more of this guy's morale, that would be nice. It's probably not gonna happen though, since I only took him down to 5. We'll see. Okay, that's not bad. Huh. Well, for those of you that wanted to see what crits look like, that's a crit. But yeah, basically when you crit somebody random, it is random, although there are items that give you higher crit chance, and there's also, like I said, the luck stat that plays a part in that as well. Crit will automatically kill the leader of the unit that you're fighting, the head or the last person that's usually left. And that's big because that person usually has the most health or takes the longest time to defeat. And it also has you also have the chance to take out some of the back guys too. And typically you have time also, like I said, to do some free damage during the panic time after the crit. But Milanor is just such a god that he just killed everybody in one smack. So that's definitely one for the books. Okay, so I'm gonna move Milanor over here now, and I'm gonna move Yggdra down 1, and I'm gonna save. Well, I'm not gonna save, but I'm gonna end my turn. I'll probably save after this turn though, just in case. Ooh, that was a pretty bad RNG right there. Durant usually doesn't lose any men to these guys, so that's gonna take me down to 4. And that's probably not going to be enough to finish him. Yeah, I had a feeling. It's kind of funny how he barely survived that. Because of the critical hit onto, what's-his-face, the garrison captain. He almost actually died from that, even though the RNG was really bad for me right there. Oh yeah, that's a horrible RNG. I'm gonna lose by 2, I think. We'll see. Oh no, because I didn't have to go passive, I lost by 1. So Yeah, that's fine. I accept that. Oof. Duran is just getting dicked over right now. Whatever, he should still be able to sweep up this guy free. Yeah. It's the power of the weapon advantage. And you'll notice that terrain and geo defense is starting to come into play. Like, it's not a coincidence, it's not luck that this guy took less damage and is still alive, like at 1. Whereas these guys took like almost all their life from like not even fighting them before. It's because they moved onto the grass tile, and as you can see by the grass in the lower right corner, there's a 0%. So that means that they get 0 extra defense bonus if they lose. Whereas the people on the fort are getting 40%. And you can also see here that villages give 20, bridges give 10, so... yeah, that's also things to consider if you want to get maximum value out of your cards. But I'm gonna save real quick, so 1 sec. Okay, we're back. Apologies, my mouse was in the way again, so I moved that. Okay, so... I definitely want to have Yggdra get a piece of these guys, so... I'm gonna take Banshee's Cry here real quick. Move Durant back 1. Move Yggdra over here. Have her swing into these guys. And Yggdra still has the Silk Corset. And she'll have that for quite a while still. And that's gonna make things very easy for her. So long as she doesn't have the weapon disadvantage and or a huge stat disadvantage. But yeah, the enemies on this map are very, very tame compared to Battlefield 3. I'm actually really surprised that this wasn't the 3rd level. And there's no real need for me to worry about going aggressive or not, because this guy's at 1. So he's dead no matter what. And that's just going to leave Yggdra with more bar, so I don't have to bother going passive. I can just wail on him for free. This is going to be close though, because our attack is equal. He'll probably take me down to 1. Yeah, as I suspected. But because, again, the geo defense is at 0, he'll be taking the regular damage. Yggdra will get some nice EXP. And I'll move Milanor up 1. And I'll end my turn. Okay, so for this next move, I definitely want Yggdra onto one of these tiles. Let's see. I'm going to try to power up Ace Guard here. So let's move Yggdra over here. And there's these Imperial Warfare books on each of these storehouses, so make sure to pick those up. And I'll move Durant down. And I'll attack. Nice. Normally this would be suicide, but because I'm on a fort, it just gives me that field power bonus that I need. Nice. Very, very nice. I should be able to finish him off on this turn. Or Durant could just suck and not do anything. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. I might not win this. Oh wow. Sad days. Damn, Milanor. Well, that just happened. It's like Milanor said, enough. I'm tired of your uselessness, Durant. Stop failing. Okay, so Durant lost, but it all worked out because Milanor got a very lucky crit. So let's see. Okay, so we're just gonna end. And I'd like to get some people into the proper position. One thing you don't need to worry about is that when you go to the next part, all your cards will reset anyway, so don't worry about it. So I can just move Yggdra over here. Can move I want to move Milanor over here. And I'll have Durant pick this up. And that should end the level. Okay, so here comes the next part. Same deal. You have 4 enemies to deal with. And you have the knight guarding the garrison, and you have his 3 flunkies. This time we have axe users. And Yggdra loves axe users, so we shall send her in again. And let's see. I'm going to use Banshee's Cry again, because that still needs more juice. And I'm going to have Yggdra go in by herself. Because in this position, no matter what formation the bandits use, they will not be able to get the captain into the Union. So I am at no danger of getting attacked next turn and losing. She should be able to just take all these guys out by herself. And this is all part of the plan of getting her MVP. And at the same time, it also gives her experience, because even though she gained 2 levels in the last map, which was amazing, she's still pretty behind. Okay, so that's that. And I'm gonna move Milanor a little closer. Yeah, and of course, the axe users will go after Yggdra because her stats are the lowest. Unfortunately, I can still take them. Unfortunately for them. And because they moved again onto the grass, they take more damage. This guy's still on the fort though, so I don't know if I can take him. I will say this though, like bandits right now, like these axe users, they're really easy, but you definitely can't underestimate them later in the game, because once they start getting stats, like bandits with 3 attack are pretty serious. They're no joke, definitely. Okay, and I definitely want Yggdra to be MVP, so we'll have her fight some more. This time I will use Sanctuary. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Milanor into the Union right now, because I want both bandits to die for sure, and this is the only way to guarantee it. Because that bandit's still on the fort, I'm almost positive that... Oh, actually, no. I actually read that wrong. I just killed the bandit that was at full health was not on the fort, he was on the grass. So that was my mistake. I didn't really need to do that. I could have just had Yggdra soak up all the experience, but it's whatever. 40 morale is like not that big of a deal. Okay. And I'm gonna move... I'm actually gonna move Milanor over here. The reason I'm doing that is because I want him to get attacked next turn. And I'll just move Durant as close as I can. And I have my turn. This is all just I'm just trying to be efficient here because I did lose a little bit of time in the first part. So I just want to make sure that this guy takes some damage. This strategy is all preference, of course. I'm just going for time. If you're going for card power, obviously, you should probably think about where you want your points to go for your cards. Because that basically meant that 21 points went to Sanctuary. That could have went to something else. Like, I didn't have to be attacked right there. I could have just waited. So it's all personal preference, whether you want to save time or whether you want to distribute the points differently. Okay, so we're gonna use another card. Which one though? Let's use Flame. And I'm gonna move Yggdra over here. I'm I'm gonna move Yggdra over here so that she's still in the fort square. And I'm gonna move Durant down here. Yeah, and I'm gonna have Milanor lead the charge. And this should hopefully be enough so long as I don't get extremely unlucky. That's really good for me. Should win by 6 or 7. Okay, 7. Definitely not complaining. Ooh, beautiful. Again, you can really see the power of tiles. Even though Yggdra's taking a beating, it would have been a lot worse if she wasn't on the fort. Also, you have to take into account that because this is the second fight, the rage bar of the enemy is a lot higher. So he's outputting more damage per second as opposed to the first time. So there's also some give and take in that as well that you have to consider. Okay, and that's the end of that. Pretty easy. Okay, so I'm gonna move Durant up 1 and have Yggdra claim this. And that's garrison number 2, and now we're on to the last garrison of the map. After we take this one, the level will be over, and we'll move on to Battlefield 5. So let's get to it. Okay, so this, like I said, I did lose a little bit of time. I lost like 1 turn, more or less. I would prefer to fight these guys in the evening. Basically because we're dealing with the first hunters, or like archers of the game. And these guys, they're like assassins, except kind of not. They prefer to be, they prefer the daytime as opposed to the nighttime of the assassins. They're also strong against Griffin Riders, which we haven't encountered yet, really, so you don't have to worry about that. And they also love forest tiles. Forest tiles, not that common. There's only a few maps with forest tiles on them. Only a handful. But the main thing we want to watch out for is that daytime happiness, because they are pretty scary in the daytime. Like assassins, you cannot countercharge them if they charge you, and they cannot countercharge if you charge them. So you definitely want to take them out before they can attack you back. I'm going to select Steel. I'm going to move Milanor all the way up. Okay, and I'll move Yggdra up. And have Durant bring up the rear. Mainly because I can't get to a fort tile, so I have to have Durant at the end, because he'll be the one attacking the garrison captain again. Durant would be a more ideal choice against the archers, but I would rather not lose to the garrison captain with Yggdra. It would be really pointless. And Yggdra should still be able to take out the archers pretty easily, regardless. And as you can see, the hunters are still pretty weak. They're only at 1 big star, so they won't be doing too much damage. But again, you don't want them to get to that scary daytime status, because then they'll be doing a lot more. Man, Durant can't catch a break this level. He's not getting the best randoms. Is that a 1? Yeah, that's a 1. That sucks. It's okay though, we should be able to end this on the next turn. Or at least by end it, I mean kill these guys off. Normally, it would be okay to say, you know, we have plenty of turns left for the MVP bonus. It's only turn 12. So, and the MVP limit is, I think, 18. But we kind of want to hurry this up because I want some turns to get other stuff done. And I'll explain that in a little bit. But for now, I am actually going to move Yggdra out right now, because now the enemy's gonna attack me back. They won't move, thankfully. If they moved and formed a bigger union, that might be a problem. But yeah, Milanor's not gonna lose this. No way. No freaking way. Big red star versus your puny little minus sign. Milanor laughs. Okay, so he'll fall very, very soon now. And Durant actually does okay against archers. And again, 3 big stars to 1 small... 3 big stars to 1 big star. It's really not that much of a contest. So yeah, he'll go down nice and easy. Okay, so now we're on turn 14. We definitely want to end it on this turn, and I'm going to actually save and suspend here, and I'll explain why in a little bit, so we'll be right back. Okay, so turn 14 now. I want Yggdra to fight, definitely, so... Let's see. Yeah, I guess banish it is. Move her back into the Union. Not a whole lot of points left to take, unfortunately, but whatever. Okay, so we'll have, we're just gonna have Milanor go passive. Because there's no way he's gonna lose, but I want to make sure that Yggdra has full meter for this. And now you'll see that the archers are going to be much stronger now because it's the time of noon. Look at that. I lost over half, and he only has one big star. That's pretty ridiculous. Imagine if he charged me. That would be scary. Okay, so the garrison captain's dead, so all the soldiers will die too. And now I'm going to explain why I chose to suspend there. Basically, there's an item on this map that Yggdra can find, and there's a 1 out of 64 chance that she'll pick it up randomly anytime she walks on a grass square, which is why I've been moving her kind of 1 grass square at a time. There were a couple times where I forgot to do this, but it's not that important. But basically, I have between now and turn 18 to get all the items I need and to pick up this mysterious item. So, we'll see if I can get it. Oh, wow. Wow, that was so fast. I actually got it on, like... Huh. Okay, so this is the 4-leaf clover. This is the item I was talking about. And this item is very significant for a couple reasons. It's a really good item. Definitely something that if you're playing this game hardcore that you want to get. And yeah, you can see how lucky I got. I'm still on Banshee's Cry. but nevertheless... Okay, so I got really lucky right there. I'm gonna actually save one more time. So, 1 sec. Okay, so... We're just gonna clean up some of the items that we haven't seen yet. This is definitely a must-get. The goat milk. The goat milk is very, very good. It's another edible stat-up item that raises... I believe it raises your tech by 1. It raises it by 1 big star, so that's definitely a must-have. Tech is also something that a lot of characters seem to be lacking. And right here, we're gonna pick up We're gonna pick up Imperial Warfare 3. It's gonna be good for us later on. And yeah, that should about cover it. So let's end the level. And hopefully if we did everything right, Yggdra should get MVP. Yes, she did. Okay, awesome. Hey! Awesome! Man, if anything, these recordings have been giving me a lot of good luck on the MVP stats. That is exactly what I wanted to have. I wanted to get +2 luck because that is her worst stat and I need that to get higher in a hurry. So, very, very nice. So there you go. We got through Battlefield 4. We found the 4-leaf clover. We found a whole bunch of items. And of course, since we picked up all the items, there were no spoils left behind, so that's whatever. And we get Shield Barrier. This is easily one of the most broken cards in the game. Definite top 3 in my humble opinion. This card is just ridiculous, and it's probably going to be as strong as some of your other cards that use a lot, like Steel. Steel definitely is something for... Just for me, something that I definitely use a lot. And these guys usually... Those 2 cards usually compete for the highest power. But you'll see that not too long. So excellent work. Okay, so we're gonna save here for show. And yeah, that is Battlefield 4. And stay tuned because we'll be going on to Battlefield 5. And this is also the end of Chapter 1, so we'll be starting Chapter 2 next. And things are going to get pretty interesting really soon, so hope you guys stick around. Hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. And if I didn't explain anything properly, or if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.